Hi everybody, my name is Taylor Newgart and this is Talk with Tay. This is going to be my podcast. It's been in the works for quite a bit, I would say, kind of tethered with the fact of me going through with it and stuff like that. Part of my New Year's resolution is just to, why not? There's no point in, not trying it, and I really want to help others and help myself while I go through this part of my life as well. So to start with that, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Taylor Newgart. I am 22 years old and I'm originally from Southern California. Currently, I'm actually living in the Bay Area in San Francisco. It's very different. Obviously, born and raised Cali girl, but very different areas. SoCal is very different from NorCal. And if you've lived in either of those places, you could probably attest to that. But besides that, I am currently in grad school to get my master's to become a therapist. I'd like to specialize in sex addiction, drug and alcohol addiction, as well as trauma, and specialize with also EMDR tactics, which are a type of therapeutic work and stuff like that. I'm currently in my first year of master's program, about 7 months in. So I'd say I have a pretty good knowledge under my belt for a lot of things considering mental health, life, advice, relationships, yourself, just a lot under my belt that I would like to say that I do think I have some good prior knowledge on, as well as I do within my own story feel like I've been through quite a few journeys in my lifetime. I feel like I've lived multiple lives already, even though I'm only 22. And I don't want this to just be just about me either. I want to help people. I want to be the voice for people. I felt like that was my calling for a long period of my life. I always kind of spoke for those that couldn't speak for themselves. I want to help those that don't have, the ability to physically, emotionally, just anything. I don't know if they've come from a traumatic lifestyle, like me coming from an abusive home growing up, dealt with bullying, been in an abusive relationship, dealt with narcissistic people, struggled with mental health themselves, depression, anxiety, bipolar, borderline, had people in their families with struggled with addiction themselves. I feel like I've kind of been through all of those realms of life based off of my own story, where I can hopefully be able to help others. And that is my goal here. I'd say I'm somebody that uses a lot of dark humor to mask a lot of trauma my own that I've been through, which I'm trying to kind of get better at. But it's also kind of funny, and the people that know me personally would already kind of know that. And I think I'm kind of a funny person, I would say. But, to each their own, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But I feel like I'm always the person in my life that people come to for advice, just to vent to. I don't know if that's my line of work or if that's just kind of how I am as a person, and just trying to find my greater purpose. And I do feel like part of that greater purpose is to help other people. I'm gonna hopefully be bringing on guests throughout this time, have people also come on, because I don't want it to just be about me. I want to have other people kind of show their perspectives on certain subjects and stuff like that. I will be doing that as well. But obviously for the first little bit, I'm going to kind of it's just going to be me, because I'm kind of just getting started. Build my audience, who wants to listen to me, what are they wanting to listen to, all that. I'm always open for suggestions as well. I just want to be that person, like I said, that maybe you are really, really struggling mentally, or you're struggling in a relationship, or you're in a part of your life where you're like, I don't know what the hell is going on, or you are dealing with past trauma that you have no idea where to go from there, or you need advice on what to do in certain parts of your relationships or with your life choices in general that you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody else about, or topics people don't want to talk about, voodoo, sex, everything. Anything is just on the table in that realm of line, and I just want to be that voice for you and to possibly be able to interact with you guys as well, and just be there to listen if people want to talk to me and share their own stories. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I also did want to add that I am Like I said, I am currently in a master's program to be getting my therapy license. And I also currently do work at a residential treatment center. So I deal with a lot on the daily for my job as well. So I kind of want to just use this as also an outlet for myself, for my own mental health, because I know that's just as important. Like I've said to people, I can't help others if I don't help myself, as well as if I take on everybody else's stuff and I don't have an outlet for myself to where I can kind of just like leave it all there and process it myself while also not letting it consume me, then I'll never be able to help other people completely, because you really can't help others until you help yourself. It's just a very big, domino effect. Yeah, that's who I am. I'd like to share a little bit more about my story. I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I want to start, because I have kind of a long story, I would say. There's a lot of twists and turns, and if I really went through everything, we would probably be talking for hours and hours, which is what I'm working through with my own therapy as well. So I don't need to just vent completely, but I want you guys to know that I do have a story, just like everybody else has a story, and I feel like all my experiences will be able to help people just feel more connected as to like when I hear what things I say or things that I advise or that I speak on or anything like that I'm not really speaking on just from intellectual, logical standpoint, more as though like I've personally endured these things, been through them myself, came out of them, been at the lowest point of life that anybody could be in, just I get it. Also, I just wanted to put a disclaimer into this. Like I said, I'm currently in a master's program for becoming a therapist eventually. That being said, I do not currently obtain a degree in that. I have my bachelor's degree in my undergrad, but I do not have a licensed therapist degree yet. So, disclaimer, wanted to put that out there. I also wanted to make a disclaimer of trigger warnings that I will be including on to the beginning of these podcasts, depending on what the subject is for that time. I want to be as empathetic and as aware to everyone else's emotions and feelings towards certain subjects that I know can be triggering in any type of way. So I do want to let you guys know that as well. If there is a time where I possibly forget to, and there's something that's like, I apologize in advance. I also am only human, so I can only do so much and only know so much. So I just wanted to include that disclaimer as well. I just am really looking forward to this podcast and being able to really just be a light for somebody out there. They or might need to hear something that's been weighing on them, that maybe they've been thinking about, kind of searching for these answers that they don't know where to start from, or thinking of a subject that maybe a situation they're currently in that they're like, what the am I supposed to do right now? I want to be that person. I want to be your little mini best friend, confidant, whatever you want to call me, whatever, and I love just talking to people. I'm a yapper. Everyone knows that. But not only have I learned that I'm like a yapper, I've also learned within my time that I also love to listen, and I love to hear other perspectives and to provide other perspectives and hear how other people think, question how they think within all of these realms of studies of, things that everybody deals with. Everyone's going to deal with relationship issues. Everyone's going to deal with mental health stuff at one point, even if it's not severe or whatever. We all go through certain things. Friendships change. We change as people. We go through traumatic stuff. We all have a story that we come from. And some people never get the chance to just, get that certain help or just have that certain person that they could just kind of lean on to be that voice of reason, or even not even reason, just that person to just willing to listen and be there and just be a genuine light for them. For if not everyone, if only I could do it for one person, then I would have done that, and that would have made me feel okay. As long as you can start to change the world just one person at a time, that's really all that we can ask of each other. I know I'm not really dressed up, but that's because I kind of want to just like chill here. And I'm always going to be a comfort over dress up person for the end of time. Occasionally I'll probably look nicer, but I want to not feel judged in myself, while also the people that are watching don't feel judged, that they feel like they don't, I'm not better than them in any type of way. I'm not speaking down to you. I'm not looking better than you. I'm just human, and I'm just in my living room in my 500 square foot apartment, just trying to get through the day, just like everybody else. I have no idea what I'm doing, clearly, but I do know I have some insight that I can provide, even though I am horrible at taking my own, but I'm going to work on that as well while I do this, and hopefully you guys can also kind of help me through that as well. For my first series is I'm going to kind of start with my story, my background. I just kind of have to intertwine it all very cut short. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a little bit of a longer, more towards like a 45-minute session, or if I want to do like 20 minutes to 30 minutes kind of thing. What's more feasible for people? What do people like more? And stuff like that. And this is gonna kind of just be my own journal for myself too. I do know that once I say certain things, it's gonna be out there, and I have to be okay with that. And I've worked through a lot of my own stuff to know that. I'm pretty secure, I'd say, in the person that I have become, and I'm trying to, like I said, just be that person for somebody else out there. And in no way am I saying that I'm better than anybody, or that I know what the hell I'm doing, or that I have this whole life thing figured out, because I don't in any type of way. In my life right now, feel like I'm having a quarter life crisis. And I don't know if I'm being dramatic or if it's just valid to feel that way. I'm trying to validate all the feelings that I'm feeling, and I'm trying to just feel all of those things and take into that what I can do, and then go from there. I think I'm going to be, like I said, doing one video weekly, which includes doing it on a streaming platform, which would be either on Spotify or Apple Music, depending on what I can get, as well as doing like a video portion where you're kind of seeing myself. If I know I watch podcasts and I listen to them, and it's human nature to kind of just want to like know who the voice to the, person is. So I get that, and I want to be able to do both for people. Some people may just be listening to me when they're driving to work or home from work or on a trip or just getting ready for the day or just trying to clean or whatever. Or some people might just want to sit down and like visually watch me and just kind of like use that as their own little therapeutic session or whatever they need. So yeah, I'm going to do both so that everyone who kind of can get a vibe of what they like, and you guys can let me know what you like more. But at least that kind of gives a variety of things. I don't know why it's definitely not uncomfortable, like just doing this, talking to you guys, because nobody's even listening to me right now. But it's just funny because I'm just the only person here, and I'm used to talking to actual people, and I haven't talked to a camera in a long time. So it's different, but I am excited, and I feel like there's a lot to come. And I just want to thank anybody who just starts to watch me, or even just clicks on this just to even see it, even if you don't watch all the way through, just to have any support would be really, really amazing for me. So thank you so much. And I will see you next week.